Meriada is the Executive Director of the Ghana Integrity Initiative, the local chapter of Transparency International. She's joining us on the telephone. Mary, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. I beg your pardon. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Quick one. So these persons, the 5-member committee, you know them, a number of them at least, you've worked with closely and from afar. I want to find out from you how this committee and their composition strikes you as an anti-corruption crusader.
Thank you very much, Alfred. I have had the opportunity to put our concerns as the Ghana Integrity Initiative to you previously, but let me, for the benefit of those who have not heard, let me reiterate. We have no substantial reservations concerning the people who have been nominated for this committee. Our concern, however, is that we are a people who must be guided by the past and what has happened before. I say so, number one, because we have seen similar committees being formed before. Just in the recent past, in 2017, the Nana Akufo-Addo's government put in place a special committee that was supposed to recover big special audits. And I remember clearly the Auditor General's office was supposed to lead the charge. And they said it led to the recovery of millions of cedis in procurement contracts that had been awarded, which were wrong. And so we do not have anything against this when they are set up rightly and they engage. However, we have asked, and I believe our asking the questions have led to some people, including the president-elect and the Honorable Prosecutor, are trying as much as possible to clarify where the mandate of the committee stands and how they are working. In fact, we still have those concerns because we have institutions of state, and we believe that a better approach was for the president-elect to have indicated to people who wanted or who were calling him to send their concerns to the office of the special prosecutor, or if they have to do with administrative corruption, to SRAJ, or the Commission on Human Rights and Admin Justice. We also mentioned the issues. We say so because we are a people who have decided that we will pursue a democracy, and this has set up institutions for us. These institutions we must trust. So if leadership itself is saying some other people should collect information and then transfer it onwardly to others, then it means there is already a challenge. And I am very sure that the Office of the Special Prosecutor has been receiving complaints. We also are excited that the president-elect wants to fight corruption. We support that call, and we want to see it not just manifest in talk, but in action. And so if the president-elect wants the corruption fight to succeed, our institutions must be mandated, allowed their independence to begin this process. So it shows that, as the accounts would say, it shows that we are giving these people the mandate to carry on independently, unless, of course, we are saying that we are setting them aside and waiting for an attorney general who will be appointed to deal with the special issues that come up. And then again, we would have an issue. We would have an issue because we believe that in this country, we do not set up committees, and the Honorable Okujetua Blakwa and Martin, who is the lawyer, are aware of the restrictions that the Constitution places on some of it. The impression for some of us is the fact that we are going back into the citizens' vetting committee sort of thing, trying to pump up hope and expectations of the citizenry. And that is good anyway, but we are in a democracy and we are not in for some of those committees that did that. Citizens are waiting anxiously to see that we are fighting corruption. And let me say again, that just speaking information is not good enough. It is a beginning. We are blood, and this will go to court. And if you know, judging by history again, the office of the special prosecutor has not done very well because of the restrictions we have in our law. And so for us, in the Ghana Integrity Initiative, and I believe many of the civil society organizations, what we want to see the president do is to pave the way and remove the obstacles that make it difficult to fight corruption. This populist idea of receiving complaints, they will be received, they will be processed, they go forward, and then our hopes are dashed again. And that for us is something we do not want to see again. So we believe that a lot more can be done. There are many things we should be doing if we want the fight against corruption to succeed. And I've mentioned this to some of you. Those I spoke to, yes, I've mentioned. And we clearly said those.
I see. Then you describe the whole structure of they receiving complaints from the public as a populist one. Why is that?
Oh, yes. In this case, for me, and again, we say that this is an idea, it could be brilliant if it was done on the law. The president-elect has not taken office yet. And so if he wanted to do something, he could have set up his committee to receive, but not published it. And let me say again. And then now we are seeing photos of people bringing in complaints. And that is those, and then when it takes over, we see action go on. Then we say the president with his mandate is institutionalizing a process that helps the anti-corruption institutions to do their work and do it more effectively. So for me, that is one of the areas we believe. And I know, for instance, those who are on this committee would certainly understand that this way of doing things have not inured to our interest in the past. And I am very sure that it's not going to. We in the anti-corruption space have seen some of this. We will fight corruption, Operation Accountability, Operation that. And we haven't seen much. But we wish them well. We hope that they do a lot. And then we hope that this approach that they see as prevail will be the best one to win the fight against corruption. Let's remember that this is just a microcosm of the challenge we have as the people in the fight against corruption.
Mary, thank you very much for joining us and then also putting your issues across. And I do appreciate it. She's the Executive Director of the Ghana Integrity Initiative, the local chapter of Transparency International. A number of issues that she's raised. She says this whole approach of, and Council, but you're also a member of this committee, so let me bring you on this matter. This whole approach of you sitting and receiving complaints from the public, it's a populist idea. You're probably just doing it to gain the applause and, credit of the public because there are, in her view, obstacles that have really impeded the fight against corruption, even by state institutions. Let's deal with that first. How's that for you?
Now, Madam Meriada has been a long-time campaigner, anti-corruption crusader, right? So when such people talk, we have to listen, right? And on this platform, I've always been saying it. Democracy is what? Wisdom of the crowd. So let people weigh in. Because that's a fundamental question to ask. If that question wasn't asked, then it would mean that something is missing. That's the number one fear. That what are we doing? What's our jurisdiction, etc. But you see, the thing is that, and she went on, but you see that by the time she was ending, I could see that we are on the same page. Now, she said that OSP hasn't done well because of certain impediments, right? Yeah. I can tell you, an honorable is here. And you know how I've sat here and supported Kisie Jaben a lot of the time, if not even most, I think on the balance most, more than they criticize. I've criticized him. I mentioned that I wasn't happy about his ruling on the Dubois, trying to save Baumia. You see, eventually it didn't work, and other things, right? Yes, and I still stand there that influence peddling is part of our law, etc. But I've largely supported Kisi Ejabin and his office. But since coming onto the committee, and I had hesitations, right? But eventually I had to go because of
you had
factors
hesitations
like,
in joining the committee?
Yes, initially, because let me tell you, truly told, it's good we say, I wasn't like called into a meeting and informed properly and briefed. No, I also saw it for the first time in the media. I'm telling you, that's the truth. There was nothing like all of you, like ask honorable. The first time, it was after. Well, it's okay, I'm not complaining. Bottom line is that I want to do the work. I'm very much interested. There were hesitations, but now I see that it's a masterstroke. So, Auntie Mary, we'll be talking after. But for now, let's make some very salient points. I hope we have time to go into this. Listen, that decision to create a committee is a masterstroke because right now, the office of the special prosecutor, and they have even said it, they need help. Kisi Ejabin held a press conference and asked us, Ghanaians, are you ready to fight corruption? Abdallah, I wonder, is it possible to play that press conference?
That.
Yes.
We concentrated on the part where he was complaining about the judiciary. But he asked us Ghanaians, are we ready to fight corruption? And then, you know, as I said, people were more interested, you are insulting the judiciary, then we left the other side. I can tell you that since coming onto the committee, I've seen practically things that I couldn't have appreciated sitting here. Number one, you'll find that, listen, the act is not fit for purpose. We've always said it, but now advanced new reasons. The Special Prosecutor Act is not fit for purpose. I'm telling you.
Not fit for purpose.
Oh, no, forget it. Why do you think Kpebu is succeeding in emasculating Kisi Ejabin? He succeeded because, look, do you know if you send a petition now to the office of the Special Prosecutor, from the informations people are giving us, etc., you see that it will go straight to him. If Kisi Ejabin wants to work on it, he'll work on it. If he doesn't want to work on it, that's Akufo-Addo not wanting. Because if you see, Kisi was crying in that press conference. He was crying because Akufo-Addo, they'll call him, stop this thing. Stop it, not this one. So the rest of the population, how do we get, visibility on that report? The complaint. So it goes to him. Then the paymasters, they will call him. You think Gabi put him there for nothing? You think Gabi put him there for nothing?
Appointed by President
we are crazy. Excuse me.
So we'll get you some water right now.
Yeah. So, listen, Ghanaians, and me, please, today, for this program, you've made this program number one, okay? For this very reason, because you trust us, right? Yes, you've made it the number one talk show program for the past 11 months, undoubted, because you trust us. So I also owe you an obligation to say it as bluntly as possible. If I try to be politically correct, sorry, then it means that you even ditch us. So let me just also stay true to the mandate. You have made this program number one because you want blunt thoughts. You don't want any politically correct things. So the point I'm making is that the thing goes to Kisi, and because it doesn't give the other officers much visibility, Akufo-Addo and the rest who control the system can call him the master, shelve this thing, and that is it. Look, my phone has a number of messages. People who presented petitions over 2 years, not even an acknowledgement. Yeah. Hey, Auntie Mary, are you listening? Mariada, you see, like as I said, you guys, Mariada is a stalwart in the profession, so it's not negative. I'm talking about this in the context I want to build. So she's asking questions, so I'm providing. So, you present a petition 2 years, there's not even an acknowledgement, Master.
Not an acknowledgement.
Not an acknowledgement. Even one time I did one here, but we lost focus. But now I'm going to be adding this to my signature tune every Saturday when I come here, that we need to redo the Special Prosecutor Act. It's not fit for purpose. We did it a few times and left. But now I'm going to put it side by side, Garmanches call for justice, so that we'll do it quickly. And thankfully, the president-elect has a huge majority in parliament, etc. Let's call the experts. Let's do proper comparative analysis. I know when they were passing it, Inus of Sydney and Co. went to Singapore, etc. but it's proving that we need to improve. Okay, we are standing on their shoulders. We are not denigrating them, but we're saying that we have to improve it massively. So when this thing goes in there and goes to Ole Kisi, and they say don't work on it, that's the end of the matter. So the special prosecutor, the office is too opaque. Not even the rest of the directors, deputy special prosecutor will see. So if Kisi takes an opinion, the people, paymasters call him and say, Kisi, this thing is going nowhere. That is the end. I'm telling you, there are people here, we can interview them. Written to special prosecutor, 2 years, no acknowledgement. Kojo Poku, even somebody as visible as Kojo Poku, he presented a case against some people, ECD
the member of
Kojo Safwa Poku.
Dr. Mahmoud Wames.
Yes. One day I mentioned it here for him that he's complaining that he didn't get anything till date. If you read it, it has, Kojo Poku, who is even visible here, it went nowhere. So we have to redesign it and give a lot of the subordinates more power. More power, because now the thing has concentrated too much power in the special prosecutor. It's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. It's as if the special prosecutor is an angel. How? I don't even know. You know, I think what happened was that we're so excited that we had fought for it for so long. Maybe I wasn't too much part of it. People started IEA in the 90s, etc. But what I mean is that the Ghanaian society had fought for it so long. But when it came to the actual provisions, we ended up drafting the Special Prosecutor Act, like the Constitution, concentrated too much power in the Special Prosecutor. And so, don't forget, he's put in there by a president. Akufo-Addo, who has run down government institutions. You think Special Prosecutor was going to be an exception? So, that is it. They are checkmating him. Don't do this. And you know, they didn't give him enough tools, enough equipment, and you know, 110 lawyers petitioned him. I led that petition. We submitted it. Even when we submitted that letter, during Akufo-Addo's office, they never acknowledged receipt. But over 100 lawyers submitted a petition to Akufo-Addo about how to help resource special acknowledgement, office of the president, nothing. This. And you think he would allow Kisi Ejabin to work freehand? No. So far, from the committee things, we've seen that no, this act is not fit for purpose, not fit. Listen, the divisions, that's why I say prosecution division, asset recovery, investigation. I said you need to give them more independence of the special prosecutor. Look, when the thing comes in, the petition, it should be a collective. Let all of them see. Then they will bring their minds to it to decide, is this in fact, can we deal with it, not deal? You don't give it to one person. You remember Kisi himself said he doesn't consecrate saints. That's Kisi's words. When he granted an interview at one point, he is not in the business of concentrating saints. In other words, none of us is what? An angel. So including himself. So when you design a system that everything goes to him, he alone decides. What have you done? Brutal fool men. You've only given the power back to Akufo-Addo to decide. And that's how come the office has not been able to carry on with so many things. Point number 2. So when they say he should give an update, right now you go on the website of the commission, other 169 cases have been investigated or under investigation, blah, blah, blah. So if they throw those out, and this is related to the first one, we don't even know, we have no visibility. We will need an independent body that will be specially designed and skilled in the monitoring the work of the special prosecutor. We are not impinging on their independence, but it's to help. And I'm doing same kind. You don't give all the power. We are crying about this constitution because it makes the president philosopher king on paper. But it's hard to find a philosopher king practically. I keep saying that, look at the Fourth Republic, all the presidents are king. The main person who was Annecy died very early at her mills, right? The rest haven't done too well. So on paper, you make somebody philosopher king. Plato's Republic, you have all the knowledge, you have all the Annecy. It's wrong. Design the law in such a way that you are suspecting even the head. So if you are suspecting even the head, it means bring other people into the picture, right? So we need to do...
But your committee, obviously, legally, it's not really having any backing. You're just doing your job.
Yes.
And you transfer it to... It's not a legal creation.
Yes. So, but what we're saying is that... Yes.
You're going to do your work and pass it on to
But the difference is this, the huge difference is this. Once we have visibility on the complaints, when we send those complaints to special prosecutor, that's the ones that belong to his office. The ones that belong to Attorney General will hand over. But of course, the Attorney General, like Chairman has said, the Attorney General will get the whole report. But it's not everything the Attorney General will have jurisdiction to work on. Some belong to special prosecutor, they will go to special prosecutor. The ones that belong to Attorney General, they will go there. Attorney General and the police will be directed to go back to a police station, lodge the complaint, or CID headquarters, or Yoko. All those, they'll be disaggregated, right? But the point I'm making is that so far, based on the work we do, we are seeing that, hey, let's go back to basics. The Special Prosecutor Act needs to be reworked totally, extensively. So we've benefited. So, Auntie Mary, now I'm talking from experience, bigger experience. So those are low-hanging fruits. And don't forget, we are not taking anything from the taxpayer. We are donating our time, everything, petrol, everything. And so we're already getting low-hanging fruit. And then number 3, you know, the masses are still very angry. There's a lot of rage. So, and nature abhors a vacuum. So people want to see action. What is wrong if we start lacing our boots? Look, I tell you, you see the volumes of information that have come in. So we start analyzing, start seeing. So it gives you a head start. There's nothing wrong. Then after that, we'll go and report. Let me give you one short example. The NDA case. If you say, just walk to the institutions and report, I've already shown you that people have reported 2 years, not even an acknowledgement. Yeah. But now, based on the things I'm seeing, when I help these people take the matter to special prosecutor, every Saturday I'll be here. And you think if the case is not receiving attention, I'll be mute. That is where I'll be hitting. So you see that by this method, that's why I said the decision to create this committee is a masterstroke. Trust me. If not for it, as I've told you, we're getting a lot of information. The fight will become stronger. Because and don't forget, we are not taking anything from the public pay. We are rather, sacrifice. You remember when the Cecilia Dapa matter came, and then OSP was being muscled by the executive, you know. I said it, that Kisi should invite us. I want to see the docket. We want to help. We didn't get that opportunity. Now an opportunity like this has come, and you say we should go and say, oh, we are not created by statute, so no, walk there. No, we can't do that. Another point, don't forget, with the kind of mandate the Ghanaian people have given the NDC, it's because they've seen something good. You know how myself and John Mahama and NDC in the past, we will never agree on everything. But at least, once John Mahama has shown the commitment to fight, bringing people like that, John Mahama that I've never seen. As I came that morning when I saw it, I said, hey, I've never seen him like this. Never seen him.
Never met him in person?
No, never met him in person. Never met him in person.
So, I see. So this appointment, this call to serve, you only saw it in the media?
Yes.
Okay.
So, you think such a thing, we should just throw it away and say those people should work there. No. And don't forget, some people too, personalities, types of personalities, not to die. Of course, it's very important because we all think we are the same. We are not. Some people walk alone. Others need some people to support them. So if you are the type that walks alone, you can go and stand as special prosecutor and present your petition. No. Some people need support. So he sees Honorable Okujeto, you see the work that Okujeto is done. Then he says, no, I want to go to Okujeto. So the Okujeto, looking through my things, he also shows his lawyers. Then after that, we go to special prosecutor. After that, we'll go to Yoko. And as I said, don't forget, now when there are more eyes on it, you think when I'm here, and over 3 months, we are not hearing anything from special prosecutor on a case that I'm a lawyer, Kisi is a lawyer. If I've seen certain things in the petition and seen certain things, and he's saying there's no evidence, I'll be here to say, Kisi, I saw this in the petition, I saw that. What are you saying? So please, the transparency is a masterstroke. It's a masterstroke. Let's work together. What Mariada is done is correct. They have to ask the questions, and we are answering. Let's do it together. This committee is a masterstroke.